Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. In today's video, we are talking The Ordinary, possibly the most popular, hyped, and talked about skincare brand on planet Earth. When it comes to my own relationship with The Ordinary, let's just say it's complicated. I've been on a bit of a roller coaster. If I looked back to when the brand first launched, I went mad for them, and at one point about 90% of the products I used came from The Ordinary. Over time, that did diminish. I found some other brands, discovered some new favourites, and just lost interest in some of The Ordinary formulations. However, I did manage to try just about every single product from the collection, and recently I've actually been reintroducing the brand. Let's be honest, who doesn't love that beautifully affordable and drugstore price point? And that's why I keep going back to the brand time and time again. However, there are some products from The Ordinary that I'll never repurchase, and that's what I want to share in today's video. It's just because I found some better alternatives. Maybe the formulations didn't work for me, and I just don't think they're worth the splurge. So sit back, relax, and let's talk the products from The Ordinary I no longer buy. Now, before we jump into this, I like to issue the usual old disclaimer to say, when it comes to skincare, do what works for you. There is no better product than one that matches your skin type, your budget, and your own ethical considerations when it comes to purchasing skincare. In today's video, I'll be sharing the products from The Ordinary that I no longer reach for. However, if any of these are your holy grails and you still use them successfully in your skincare routine, continue to do so, because these are just my thoughts, feelings, and opinions. And honestly, when it comes to skincare, everyone's reaction to a product or experience with it will be unique. It's all what makes us fabulous. So keep doing what works for you. I also want to give a big shout out to Sincerely Miss Ash, who's one of my favorite content creators here on YouTube. I adore her channel and most of her videos, and she actually filmed a similar video to this around 2 to 3 weeks ago. I watched it and thought, this is a fantastic idea for a video. However, we had very different experiences with The Ordinary products and definitely a different selection for the video, which is why I wanted to film my version of it. Of course, I'm going to leave a link to her video in the description box below, and I would definitely recommend you check it out, because you know what? Who doesn't want a second opinion or to look at someone else's interpretation of how products work for them? So definitely check out our video. Just promise me that whilst you're down there, you'll also give this video a big thumbs up and a like, because honestly, it supports me and the channel so much, and I would love you forever. But without further ado, shall we just cut the waffle and delve straight on in? And the first product I no longer reach for is this, which is the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser. Now, this cleanser is actually really effective. It gets off everything you want it to, the dirt, the debris, SPF, makeup, and it doesn't leave you feeling stripped and dried. It's also available at a really affordable drugstore price point. So you're probably thinking, Rob, okay, if all that been said, why do you no longer reach for it? And in truth, I've just found some better alternatives. This is a case of, through experimentation and trying other brands, I've just found some cleansers that I personally think work better for me and I enjoy using more. This cleanser is very basic and very simplistic. It'll certainly do the job at a really nice price point, but I think there's just some better ones on the market. I also am currently reaching for a lot of pH balance cleansers. That's because it preserves the delicate acid mantle on the skin. It kind of sets your routine off in the right way without disrupting everything. I find that pH balance cleansers are more gentle on my skin, and I think overall that the rest of my skincare routine just leaves behind less sensitivity and redness if I kickstart it with a pH balance cleanser. Some of my absolute favourites are this one, which is the Geek and Gorgeous Jelly Joker Cleanser, which you guys know I fangirl about all the time. So good, and one that I reach for day in, day out. I also have been trying a recent addition to the skincare world, which is this. This is the Inkey Hyaluronic Acid Cleanser. Now this, again, is pH balance, which I love. It's also got hyaluronic acid in here, so whilst, all cleansers will be slightly stripping and drying on the skin, it's just a fact of, removing things from the skin. With it is going to come some of the skin's natural oils. However, by including some nice hydrating ingredients in cleansers, such as hyaluronic acid in this, you can offset some of this. I love this because it's got a beautiful, bouncy, velvet-like texture, which is a joy to use. It certainly is on the more hydrating ends of any of the cleansers that I've tried, and it does everything I need it to at a really nice, affordable price point. Definitely one to look out for, and lots of you guys were asking for a standalone review of this, which, you know what, I didn't want to take up a whole video just doing that, so hopefully this has kind of given you my first impressions, and one that I've definitely been enjoying using. Unfortunately, these favourites are obviously at the expense of the Ordinary Squalane Cleanser, which I no longer reach for. Now let's come on to the Ordinary Buffet. Now, as with the Squalane Cleanser, this is actually a really good and well formulated product. It combines multiple different peptides to plump the skin, smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, to just even everything out. There are two reasons why I don't reach for this, however. First and foremost, it contains castor oil. Now, castor oil is one of the #1 acne triggers when it comes to ingredients. Different people will experience different results with different ingredients. You always need to bear that in mind. But I know if I reach for a product that contains castor oil, I am breakout central for literally weeks afterwards. So I definitely say this, the Ordinary Buffet, is one to avoid if you have oily or acne prone skin. The other reason why I don't reach for it is actually I find that combining these two products, which is the Ordinary Squalane Solution and the Ordinary Matrixyl, you get all that peptide fix, but honestly, the outcomes are so much better. This is my #1 anti-aging powerhouse. Now, a lot of people often say to me, well, if you're combining these two anyway, why don't you just buy the buffet? Because these two are actually contained within it. I wish it was as simple as that, but actually, they're in higher concentrations if bought separately than formulated together in the buffet. So I say, if you're serious about your peptide fix and you want to get all the anti-aging benefit from one of the ordinary peptides, buy the Squalane and the Matrixyl separately. Combine a couple of drops of each in the palm of your hand, then apply it to the skin. You'll get higher concentrations, better results, and honestly, this little hack that I learned from TikTok of combining these two is my #1 anti-aging, game-changing treat of the year. I absolutely love it, and so as a result, I no longer need to reach for the ordinary buffet. Now, third is this one. This is the Ordinary Salicylic Acid Masque. Now, I've had a very much a love-hate relationship with this product. I tried it when it was launched. Oh, it's so messy. It's got charcoal in here, so it leaves all your towels, your sink, everything is just splattered with like black charcoal stains. So I really didn't find it that easy to use. It certainly did work, and so when the Ordinary discontinued their salicylic acid serum, I started using this instead, and it definitely eats away at those blackheads and that dead skin cells and gives a really nice in-pore deep exfoliation. However, I keep coming back to just how messy it is, and honestly, I actually dread reaching for it and having to use it because I just know my whole bathroom is going to be stained. Recently, there's been some newer launches in terms of salicylic acid serums I think work as well as this, but without all the mess and all the faff. In fact, the Ordinary actually launched their own a couple of weeks ago, which is this, the Ordinary Salicylic Acid 2% Anhydrous Solution. I actually think this is game-changing, and why I'd say to anyone that if you're reaching for the salicylic acid mask, toss it, use it up, but don't repurchase it, and actually reach for this one instead. Not only is this much more hydrating, whereas the mask itself I found quite stripping, drying, and almost left the skin feeling tight. You've got an oil-based formulation here, so it will definitely not do that and hydrate you to the gods. But I actually say, having used this for the past 4 weeks, I get better results with this than I do with the Ordinary Salicylic Acid mask. You get less drying, better results, win, 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 ding, 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 which is why I'll no longer need to reach for the Ordinary Salicylic Acid mask. They've come up with a serum that just happens to be better. Now let's come on to the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% Toning Solution. Now I'm smiling as I say this because I look back 2 years ago. This was my ride or die, non-negotiable, best friend skincare product, and I slather this on my skin every single day. The Ordinary say that in this concentration, this is fine to be used every single day as part of your morning or evening skincare routine. Whilst that might be the case for some people, I think a 7% glycolic acid toning solution shouldn't be used every single day. It'll just cause irritation, redness, sensitivity. And around 6 months ago, I started to actually listen to what my skin was saying and the results I was getting. I thought, yeah, this is the case. This product is actually irritating my skin. Rather than just sloughing off those dead skin cells and helping to tackle my hyperpigmentation, the irritation it was causing could actually be exacerbating that. So in truth, I think it was a bit counterintuitive and could have been causing some buildup of pigment in the skin. So I thought, no, let's try lactic acid. And I reached for this, the Ordinary Lactic Acid 10%, and honestly, I have never looked back. I didn't believe it when people told me that with lactic acid you'll get a better glow, you'll actually get more plumpness, you'll get a better exfoliation than glycolic acid. I thought that can't be true because glycolic acid has a smaller molecule size, so it gives a more robust exfoliation. Now honestly, just believe it to be the case. I've got so many better results from reaching for lactic acid than I ever did with glycolic acid. My skin is calmer, I don't have the same amount of redness and sensitivity. This has eaten away at so much of my hyperpigmentation. I've got my skin confidence back, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend anybody reach for the glycolic acid toning solution by the Ordinary. I think there's just more gentle yet effective products on the market. And if you're still using it, maybe just give this one a try. Just put your faith in the Ordinary Lactic Acid 10%, and honestly, the results will speak for themselves. I'm sure you'll never look back. Now, finally, I'm going to call out this, the Ordinary Caffeine Solution. Now, this was a recent thought of mine when I actually stopped using this product. I loved this for the longest possible time, and it is a really, really great eye serum. Caffeine will help to eradicate some of the puffiness, inflammation, and discoloration under the eye, and this was the most affordable one on the market. It was so good. I actually put one on order in the recent Decium sale, literally like a month and a half ago, but I actually thought, you know what, I think this is just too drying for my skin. Caffeine itself can be a little bit drying, but this is probably one of the most drying of all the ones that I've reached for. Because I'm now in my mid-30s and I definitely need a little extra help around the eye area to tackle fine lines and wrinkles, I now need to use whatever eye serum I reach for on my eyelids as well as just under my under eyes. This, honestly, you can't put it anywhere near the eyelid area without stripping and drying the skin out. I had so much irritation, and so I thought, no, this just isn't the right product for me. I've been using really successfully for the past couple of months this, which is the Neod Fractionated Eye Contour Concentrate, and honestly, this is so hydrating. You can also use it on the eyelids as well as the under eye area for that maximum anti-aging benefit, and honestly, I get so many great and amazing outcomes with this compared to the ordinary caffeine solution. Yes, you have to pay more, and obviously I will caveat that Neod isn't the cheapest brand out there, but I don't mind paying a little bit extra if I'm getting extra in terms of those outcomes, and you definitely do with this. If you're looking for a more affordable option of the Neod one, you can always check this out. This is the Q&A Skincare Seaweed Peptide Eye Gel. It's very different in terms of its formulation, but it's cooling, it minimises puffiness, inflammation and discoloration, and works really, really well. It's also like £5 when you compare to like the £40 that the Neod one is. Either of these is streets ahead in terms of performance as well as hydration as the ordinary caffeine solution, which is why I've let this one go from my routine. I've just found some better alternatives. I would love for you guys to sound off in the comments section below with any of your favourite eye creams that you think work better than the ordinary caffeine solution, because I'm still in the market to try some other ones, because honestly, I've still yet, I think, to find my holy grail essential one, though the Neod one comes very, very close. So there you have it, guys, a rundown of the ordinary products which I'll no longer be repurchasing. Trust me, having tried every single product from their skincare range, they have some ding 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 10 out of 10 products. However, as with all brands, they have some total fails, or products that I just don't think live up to the hype of the competition that's available on the market now. And this is definitely the case with the products I've highlighted in today's video. I'd love to know your own thoughts, feelings and experiences with The Ordinary, and any of their products that you too wouldn't purchase. So sound off in the comments section below. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.